Yo. So today we're going to be talking about this weekend's banner. Obviously, this one's been waited for a long time. I know a lot of people have been saving for a long time for this. And yet there's still been some, I feel like, crazy tanks in the community going on lately.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
And it should just kind of be an obvious you are pulling on this banner. I think there's only one reason you would never not pull on this banner. It's you already have Praetus, and you have Praetus like somewhat awakened. Because I still think getting his awakenings are absolutely insane. Unless you want to just a plan to soulstone him over time or something like that, I could see that a little bit. But yeah, we'll go into his kit, and then we'll go in and talk about Jeera real quick. But this is a banner that you do not want to miss. So first off, Praetus, you have his talent. When eliminating an enemy or casting ultimate, increase damage, including true damage, by 10%, and max HP by 10% permanently, stacking upon 5 times. So let's go to his hero details. He is a 5,265 base attack mage, so he is doing a ton of damage because you could just keep stacking this attack on him. So you basic here. During the ultimate, increase attack by 30%. If there's only one enemy in range, inflicts 3 stacks of radiant erosion. If there's more than one enemy in range, inflicts Chain of Fate and 1 stack of radiant erosion on up to 3 enemies in range. So this one is great because a lot of your champs eat the radiant erosion. You have champs like Jeera, who on her Awakening 1 will eat erosion. So if you pop Jeera, you start eating the erosion, and then you pop him, you're back up to 3 stacks of radiant erosion again, which is great. Deals continuous true damage based on defense of the inflicted target every 2 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So essentially, like, one thing with Jeera too is, I'll get to there. We'll talk about it later. So yeah, great damage there. Radiant erosion is the debuff you'll start to learn to look for. There's a whole little debuff logo for it as well. I should show it in here. Yep. Next, you have summons 1 Light of Judgment. A summon that attacks together with the summoner. For each of the basic attack launched by the hero, Light of Judgment also deals 30% damage to the target. The hero can have up to 5 instances of Light of Judgment at the same time. Okay, and then finally, during the ultimate, basic attack deals 40% extra true damage based on a hero's attack, and Light of Judgment deals 20% extra true damage based on the hero's attack. And then these skillings are huge as far as more damage as well. So Praetus is somebody that you probably actually want to get full skilled. I think his basics are even worth it, to be honest. Just because his damage output is so much, it's so high. You're not gonna regret actually full scaling him completely. And then as far as awakenings, why I was telling people even if you have them, you'd still worth getting. When basic attack deals damage to targets inflicted with radiant erosion, restores 3% rage. This lets him cycle so much faster. It is very, very good. A2 is you can never go wrong with, especially on somebody like Praetus. You're getting the faction increase, which is insane value. So if he gets stronger, your whole team gets a lot stronger. And then he's also getting another 5% attack. A3, when the number of Light of Judgment reaches 5, increase attack by 15%. So this was the one that over time you just get the 5 instances. So there's just a point of time where you're getting that 15% attack increase. I think this is every 20 seconds or 30 seconds, something like that. Rage Regen auto doesn't matter too much. And then another big one, for every 15 strikes received from Light of Judgment, the target receives 200% extra true damage based on Praetus' attack. So yeah, absolute unit. I would say he's probably one of, like, obviously the A5 Lust is in contention, A5 Arrogance is sometimes in contention, for the best unit for GR2 or Guild Boss 2. Praetus at base level, I think, has got that in the bag. Insane unit in arena. He could literally slot into all three of your arena teams, no problem. You'll still see it all the time now. People running Praetus and anti-air, AoE, and just about everything. I don't think he's a bad choice in any of those, especially if you don't have all those big meta units that we've been seeing lately. There's a lot of times Praetus teams are just up there. Yeah, and then just like all the new content that's been releasing, Praetus has made it that much easier. I ran Praetus in the new campaign, stormed through it just because of them. Ran Praetus in the Eternal Spire, walked through that content as well. So yeah, he's just overall an incredible champ. Don't miss him. Don't do it. Don't go and not summon on this banner. Like I said, I've seen a few takes lately. Blunt Guts had like the best take overall. He talked about we've had people saving for months, like saying, "Oh, save for Praetus," and now all of a sudden people are on save for Ingrid. It's just it's wild. You're just hurting the progression of your account. Me and my friends Arax were talking about it earlier as well. It's just like these weirdest takes that you've seen, because it's like we got Ingrid a month away that we haven't even seen played in game, and people telling us to save already, which is just weird. I don't know. And next we got Jeera. So for talent, increase max HP by 30%. The higher the current HP percentage, the higher the hero's vulnerability, up to 30%. This is a champ I don't want to be like, oh my god, she's busted. Because I feel like until I start getting test over, I'm not going to really give my full, like, I'll tell you what I think personally, but I want you to take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's like I said, I haven't tested these champs. I don't have test server access, so I don't want to lead anybody along, because I feel like I hyped Lucius up, and I don't think he was exactly what he needed to be. I think that was a whole issue with the community as well, hyping up Lucius as much as we did. Like, he's good, don't get me wrong, he's great early game for a lot of people, but if you're an end-game account, a lot of people aren't using him still. And I think there's an issue with that. So from now on, as far as like these new champs, I'm going to just, like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'll give my feedback on their kit and what I think, but they could just go absolutely do nothing. So Ingrid is one I have high hopes for. Like I said, like I think she could be very good in Guild Boss 2. I think she could be good in other areas of the game, like Arena as well. But it'll be yet to be seen. So basic, and then we have her ultimate. So she's kind of got a kit similar. Oh, let's look at her hero details as well. So she does have like one of the highest basic or max HPs. It's even higher than A-bombs by I think like 1500. So her HP build can actually just go through the roof. Especially because her whole kit is about increasing HP. So you could really, really stack some HP on her. I'm thinking somewhere up close to 200k by it's all said and done. Like, get 130k base, get another 30% from her talent, which is going to increase her another 39,000, and then on top of that, when the ult is like fully active, you're getting another 60% here. It's bonkers. Like, it's well over 200k. When activated, restores 75% HP immediately. During the skill effect, increase max HP by 40%, which books out to 60%. Damage dealt by 125%, and attack interval by 30%. So this is nuts, or it sounds nuts at least. All lasting for 20 seconds. This effect will be permanent upon the second activation. So you put her in a long fight like Guild Boss, she will stacked with HP through the roof. Damage dealt is going to be up the whole time, and her attack interval is going to be quicker and quicker. All sounds great. For every 3 basic attacks, the 4th basic attack will deal 150% damage alongside with defense penetrating damage equal to 100% total damage the hero has taken previously. This is another one I was thinking of for Guild Boss 2 is like she just takes some falling rock damage here and there. She's just gonna blast that back into the boss. So the accumulated damage taken will be reset once it takes effect. The accumulated damage will not exceed 150% of this hero's max HP. Like, you take a few slams here and there from the boss, you take some falling rock damage, boom, counter-attacking for huge amounts of damage, especially with this Retribution active. Inflicts Retribution on enemies. When attacking, a target inflicted with Retribution deals additional damage equal to 2% of the hero's max HP. All damage received from the enemies not inflicted with Retribution is reduced by 20%. Switching targets removes the Retribution inflicted on the previous target. So she will just constantly have Retribution up. And the max HP will go up to 4% once it's booked. So it sounds pretty good. Awakening, this is the one I was talking about with Praetus. So dealing damage to enemies will consume 1 stack of Radiant Erosion on them to deal additional damage equal to 4% of the hero's max HP and inflict stun. So essentially you could have 3 stacks of Radiant Erosion up. You hit this Awaken one, you start ripping off some Radiant Erosion, you eat it, and you land some stuns. So essentially, you could easily probably land 6 stuns. Like say you have 3 stacks up, boom, you start ripping those off. You hit stuns. Praetus ults. He throws 3 more stacks up. She essentially rips 3 more stacks off. That's what could be another 6 stuns plus the Lightning Lord itself. So you got easily 9 stuns. You're running like maybe a Torador. You hit 1 or 2 more. You're taking like 100 and whatever it is, 120 I think % less damage. So the stun phase with her sounds like it could be a joke. Attack plus 300. Once HP drops below 25%, gain a shield equal to 100% of the max HP for 15 seconds. This effect can only be triggered 1 time per deployment. Penetration, which is always insanely good. And then finally, when an enemy is inflicted with Retribution for more than 5 seconds, increase damage dealt to this enemy by 15%. So another reason that leads me to believe that she is going to be a beast in any boss or any long-term fight is this one as well. Obviously, A5 is not going to be attainable for 99% of people, especially with her being an ancient exclusive. But crazy things happen in this game. We get soul stones. We're seeing soul stones become more prevalent, especially with the Guild Awakening shop. So I think eventually A5s can be a thing for people. Obviously, you want to prioritize soul stones on your lords, or yeah, pretty much your lords first. But every once in a while, a champ comes along, like an Ardea or something, that you can actually really consider soul stoning. But yeah, that's my review on this one. Like I said, guys, don't miss out. It's absolutely crazy that people are talking about skipping this event. I think it's so good. Let me know if you guys are pulling. Let me guys know if you guys are pulling a lot or how many you guys got in the comments below. Yeah, that's all for this one. I will have a Praetus guide out tomorrow. I've been using him probably for like the past month and a half on another account. And man, he's fun. He's OP. He's everything you guys want. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.